Hey, my name is Version, and welcome to Steam Completion Hell, where I 100% as many games that I own on Steam as possible. In this first episode, I'll be 100%ing V Rising. Well, starting to. You see, I was originally planning on making this in one whole video, but due to the unexpected amount of time I've spent recording, I just decided to split this up into 5 videos.
Yeah, I feel pretty sorry for the next guy who looks at me funny.
What about that guy?
Let me know down below if you guys want me to split up more videos like this in the future, or if you'd like the game to be done in just one big video. Maybe at the end of this, I'll come back around and just republish it as one big video again, just depending on the outcome. But yeah, let's get into it. I'll be kind of honest here. I got a head start on this before I even made this channel. I only beat Act 1 on Brutal though, and I think I could do better now that I kind of know a little on what to do. So, as a man of honor, I'll delete everything I worked hard on. Now, before I get into how my cortisol level shaved off some years of my lifespan due to this game, I got some more ground rules to set. 4. Use as little tutorials as possible. If we're being fair for integrity, I'd personally group using step-by-step walkthroughs in the same class as using Sam. I mean, you're just pressing a single button for one. And I use the term as little as possible rather than none at all, because I remember playing through Darksiders 1 some time ago on my ally, and I would not have beaten it if it wasn't for some walkthroughs of some of those puzzles. They are confusing as fuck sometimes. 5. No carries for online games. I'm not gonna find online lobbies and get people to carry me through achievements for the same reasons as rule number 4, integrity. I want to be as fair as possible and do the modern equivalent of what my parents would do to get to their school every day in the Himalayan mountains, which was hard work and fighting off saber-toothed tigers. Out of the 49 total achievements, 10 come from beating acts, 8 are from exploration, and the rest come from just playing the game, like planting seeds, drinking blood, and researching stuff. Tackle the achievements I already achieved for this game, and it seems to be a straightforward run. There's only 5 acts in the game too, and I have practice beating the first one, so yeah. I definitely thought, yeah, there was for sure going to be some difficulty, some rage, some tasks that require patience, and I thought I was going to be able to handle it, but I completely underestimated how cruel this game can be and overestimated how much patience I was going to have for it. So this game on Brutal is definitely a lesson learned to go through. So you play as a vampire who awoke after a long fucking time talking about reclaiming the world or some shit, and then you jump into a little tutorial before being teleported into the real world of the game. Oh my god, man. The world, the game world, it's just Trenton, New Jersey. This is one of those open world survival games where you're just a little guy perpetually, like permanently. There's everyone in here is legitimately a fucking threat. These felons, I remember like these guys saw a dog just spawn in and he immediately crashed out and they tried to kill it. Everyone here is just fucking dangerous, man. So anyways, I start to make my character. Look at this handsome stud. I shall name him Gilbert. Gilbert will single-handedly restore the legacy of the vampires. So I start off in a coffin, run around killing skeletons, killing ghouls, and teleport to East New Jersey. I introduce myself to some of the not-so-friendly locals, then find myself a nice place to call home, and then grab some more materials to build it up. By the end of the first night, my gear level is 17. Not bad, but we need to get stronger as soon as possible. The first boss up we have to fight is Alpha the White Wolf, and he's a level 19. While this would be okay in any other difficulty, in this difficulty, bosses do 70% more damage, have 25% more health, and get additional abilities and attributes. We finally obtain enough materials to build up some copper axes, and then we set out to find our first target. Honestly, this was a bit of a beatdown. Call it experience or whatever, this beta was not a challenge at all for a true alpha like Gilbert. So we quickly mop him up and his wounds, and we unlock our own wolf form. Now this felt like a really good omen at first, but I decided to make a horrible call. Looking at how easily we dealt with Alpha and how early it was into the night, I decided to find and fight another boss because Well, why not?
I had to do it to them snipe.
So I set out to find Keely, the frost archer. I made my way over to where she stayed at, fought my way through her goons, then found her. But you see, there was a problem. Keely has a bunch of her goons nearby who weren't so weak, and this is where I break down the first mechanic of the game, levels. You see, levels are everything in this game, and you don't always need to compare numbers to know who you're up against. The player level is directly tied to their items equipped, hence the name gear level. In my case, my equipment made me a level 23 player. Besides checking the number, which isn't always there, you have colors. Beige means they're lower than you, yellow means they're either exactly or closely similar in level, orange means they're a little higher than you, and red means they're really higher than you. You can attack anybody regardless of the color or number or level, but don't expect a positive outcome really when you're attacking any red bars. Now back to my specific situation. Not only is this range boss matched to my level and very boosted, but at least one of her 3 goons are my level as well, making this a difficult fight if I'm not careful about how I approach it. So I try to wait her out, let her get away from her goons, but I realize they're not letting up, so I make a risky move and I just throw something at her. She gets really pissed off. I move back to get her away from her backup and start fighting her. She hits a lot harder than Alpha, but I figured I'd be fine. I barely dodged her area attack, but she clipped me again, slowing me. I made a deadly move here and decided to rush her down, and I fell right into her trap. Yeah, that point blank shot was really bad. It was actually all of her shots at point blank, so I had no chance of surviving that. And with that, that gives us our first death of this run. Now, when you die in this game, at least to my knowledge on this difficulty, you drop everything but your equipped items, and your death loot is marked in the world, so it's no big deal, but I guess it just depends on where you die at. But I still needed to kill Keely, so I respawn nearby, plan a route to my stuff, and I run back over there. This time, I decided to take a different approach and kill some goons to open up the area. Then I realized she was walking nearby some bears in cages, so I shot her and opened the cage and managed to get her to attack them. Now, after seeing the first bear get easily handled, I realized this idea may not work, so I quickly rush in, but she hits me with her area attack and that slows me. I back away, she gets me again, and once again it seems like I'm fated to die to this archer due to my hubris, but luckily some wildlife distracts her long enough for me to heal up. I sucker punch her and close in the gap. She's damaging us now, yeah, but we're getting her now too. So the name of the game now is Stick and Move. She runs away from us again to an area where she's got more goons at, and we go around a different way and heal up some. Then we get a lucky break. We get her down to half health, and because of that, health orbs drop for us to pick up. Quick side note here, while you can regenerate your health in this game, while you're in combat, this is capped, and health orbs can heal you above that cap. But yeah, for the most part, this is just how the fight plays out, just hitting and running each other until we finally cut her off and manage to kill her. Finally, am I right? We managed to kill some of her orbiters until the sun comes up, and then we make our way home. After putting away my spoils for the night, I set my sights on the next victim, Rufus the Foreman. Yet another ranged boss, but at least we can earn the ability to craft our own ranged weapons if we kill him. I patiently wait for night again, then set out for my target. I start to fight off decent enough, get some good damage off, get some good dodges in. By the time he gets some good damage off on me though, I've got some orbs to use. However, I do take 2 devastating shots from him. Now as I stand in front of death's door, I quickly retreat and try to heal and get some more damage off. I do successfully get some more damage off, but Rufus decides he didn't like that and he kills us. Alright, I'm a big fan of an underdog story, but I just did not see that going too well anyways. It's all good though, because on the next try of the fight, I managed to do even worse. Okay, something's got to change here. I play really aggressive in the next run, but it seems Rufus isn't all blubber. He's a lot more erratic this fight, running away and dodging me, like he wasn't slapping me around the last 2 times. I don't mind it though, more damage for me I suppose. I kill off his annoying goons and get ready to go back to work killing this guy before he runs away, and then I see what he's running to. So when starting off the game, Tristan the Vampire Hunter is the actual boogeyman of V Rising. Remember how we went over the level system in this game? I kind of forgot one more thing. For the red level, if they're red with a skull in place of the level, just run. Chances are you will do incredibly low damage, while they can most likely kill you in one or a couple hits. And this monster is no different. He roams around the beginning places when you start out, and wouldn't it be my luck that on my winning fight of fighting Rufus, hours before the sun comes out, this guy fucking walks in. So yeah, my balls are quivering right now trying to figure out what to do. I mean, I can't leave now. He walked right through the entrance, and I can't fight Rufus directly because he's near the boogeyman. So I attack some goons while moving back and hope to finish the fight before Tristan comes over.
I like it, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours. Okay, I see you choosing the hard way.
Help me!
Why are you running? Why are you running?
So that almost went horribly wrong. Wanting to keep my virginity until I find the right one for me, I barely dodge both of them and I run for my life. I run back home and I pray that he didn't follow me, and he didn't. That was a fucking scare for sure. That supervillain should not be allowed to roam the streets so freely at all. So I loot some more places and get ready to go back out once night comes. This time I'm not nearly as aggressive since I know the boogeyman's still out there, but I get jumped anyways and killed. It wasn't until the 5th attempt that I was able to kill Rufus, but hey, progress is progress. I started prepping to take out Errol the Stonebreaker next, but something weird happened. I geared up as usual and set out once night came, but on the way I saw an interesting figure out the corner of my eye. And it wasn't until I turned around that I realized it was a boss I had to fight soon, Goreswine, and he was around my level. So we start fighting, I'm shooting him, he's shooting me. It's a shootout, but yeah, it's a fight of patience, honestly. Eventually, I managed to kill him, so that was an unexpected victory. And then I continue on my way to kill Errol, and I kill him successfully too. So that makes this my most successful night. Now it's time for a more problematic boss, Grayson the Armorer. I struggled really hard against this guy before this run. I died maybe 10 to 20 times to him alone. So I decided to loot and gear up even more before fighting him. Once I'm finally ready to, I set out to kill him, but I run into an unexpectedly strong boss though, Lydia. Doing what any rational person would do in this situation, I sucker punched her and then acted surprised when I got shot and killed by her. After finally making it to the armory and clearing the goons out, I stare down Grayson before going back home since it's daytime again. I'm joking. I'd hide out in the armory killing randoms until night. The only two hard parts of the fight was all the litter he throws on the ground and his fucking butt buddy who will shoot you then run away. I finally get got and then I quickly return. I wish I could say otherwise, but this happens a second time as well. But the third time, I locked in. Well, I more so got lucky. Whatever, doesn't matter to me. A win's a win. I do get stomped out by the other goons though. I find myself to be stuck between a rock and a hard place in progress, so I risked it all and actually tracked down Lydia again to face her in a hit-and-run one-on-one match. I turned around to see another boss during this, and what I thought would be another headache turned into a bright idea, actually. What if I could get these guys to fight each other? So I did. I gaslit Lydia into hitting Goreswine, and sure enough, they started throwing hands. Now, for Lydia, it was a 4-on-1, but she was still adamant on killing me while getting jumped. So I sucker punched her in return, and she finally died, though at great cost to Goreswine's health. After dealing with him crashing out, Beta walks by trying to check out all the commotion, but he ignores me. Yeah, that was an interesting night. I take the rest of the night and following nights to gear up for my next target, Clive the Firestarter. I tracked him down at the bomb making factory, and for the most part, this fight was smooth. No boogeyman, no deaths, no jumping, just mutual combat. On to the next one, Nicholas. I've been really wanting to kill this guy for a while because killing him unlocks the ability to craft paper, and that's used to research new items in Act 1. So I raid a cemetery, antagonize him for a little bit, and get blown up. Next, Finn the Fisherman. An easy fight for sure. I keep inching closer to my final fight of Act 1, Quincy the Bandit King. After the next 2 fights, he's up. Except after I kill Kodia, I skip Pelora and I run straight to him. Besides maybe popping some potions, there's nothing else I really find of use for the fight, so I figured let me just get this over with. As expected, I died to this guy not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 5 times until, yeah, I got his ass. I was really happy that it took far less time this time than my previous run, and I went back home feeling a little more confident in my skills. I mopped up Pelora and Nibbles, and with that, I'm done with Act 1. If you like my progress so far, or the video in general, make sure to let me know by commenting, liking, or even subscribing. It'll definitely help me shape this series into one worth binge watching one day. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for part 2.